2, 1, go!
Starting a timeless period, we have 3 out of 4 robots with complete mobility. Blue Alliance scores 1 top basket. That's 2 top baskets for the Blue Alliance, giving them the lead. Oh, 3 baskets for the Blue Alliance. That's a 4 for Blue Alliance. And
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
all robots have mobility this period. Probably like a girl is trying to get out of the nesting zone. And scores another top basket position. Oh. That's 2 for the top basket position. They're on a roll. Blue Alliance is getting some specimens. Flag goes again and scores another sample inside the top basket position. Over on the Red Alliance, they are now picking up bots from the Ascension Zone. And they have... Uh-oh. Looks like we have some robot breakdown right here with some robot pieces falling off. Trojan bots are sitting in that position, and Flag has climbed to the second position. Oh my God.
2, 1, go!
We got 2 out of 4 robots moving in Auton. 1282 puts a blue specimen onto the bar. 8603 drops 2, now 3 yellow samples into the high bucket. Almost grabs another. 2682 lines up to get another specimen from the blue observation zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All 4 robots start moving in teleop. 8603 lines up to grab a sample from the submersible. 1282 is grabbing a specimen off of their Alliance wall. 15301 putting a yellow sample into the high bucket of the red net zone. 8603 doing the same on the blue side. 12862 puts a blue specimen on the bar. 24441 trying to grab a red sample off the floor. 15301 lining up to put a yellow sample into the high bucket once again. 12862 snaps one more blue specimen onto the high bar. 8603 lines up to grab another sample from the submersible. 15301 is driving around trying to scoop some yellow samples into their net zone. 8603 lines up in their net zone to put another yellow sample in the high bucket. 8603 grabbing one more from the inside of the submersible, trying to line up to get a yellow one. 12862 picking up many different colors specimen or samples from the bucket. 8603 using an arm to try to climb. They're almost lined up. 12862 has their arms on the bar and are preparing to climb as 15301 parks in the red observation zone. 24441 has their arm on the bar and is trying to climb. So is 8603. Looks like we have all 4 robots.
Go! At 12862 bot, that Walden Robotics bot getting one up. They push one note. Not a note. This is not crescendo. My mind's muddled. Oh, looks like they just miss it.
Drivers, pick up your
10-point
controllers.
advantage for that red alliance
3,
team as all
2,
teleop
1.
wins. There goes 13985 trying to get some of those blue samples over to their human player. And there goes 23609. That's Lawson team getting one into the high bucket right there. 12862 is readying up another red specimen. Will I get it? Oh. Cannot reach over the line. Please do not reach over the line while robots are in play. Thank you. There goes that Walden Robotics team. Will they get up to the high rung? They will! That little spinning mechanism they got there, I love that. There goes that Lawson team. They're going to aim for the high bucket as well. And they will. They'll slide it right in there. Perfect. Looks like that that Falcons team is looking to get a specimen right there by their human player. Don't want to be in the way of the camera. Let's see if they can grab it. There goes that Slauson team. And here goes that Walden Robot. Oh, but they dropped their sample. Let's see if they can climb up to that middle bar at least. Here go their arms. Oh, no. Oh, 1, go! We got 2 robots on each side. Or I guess 1 on each. And we gotta move. Looks like 23606. Oh, we got 2 robots moving. Oh, and that was a very smooth placement by the Walden Robotics. My goodness. And they'll just slot one in there as their alliance partners places. Do they have one in there? Nope.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Now let's see if Red can make up this deficit in teleop. Oh. There goes that Silver Eagles machine placing a specimen right up on the red high rung. Oh, we have a robot tip. It's like 23606 takes a big tumble. Let's see if they can get up. 13684 picks another one up. We've got some fighting chance over here. 13684 picks up another one. Let's see if they can. Yeah, they'll slot it in cleanly like so. That Walden Robotics team will pick up a yellow sample. But they'll. Well, that 13684 robot keeps picking up some. That Silver Eagles machine trying to get around the downed Cougars. Wow. With surgical precision, they get one of those samples out from that bot. And their alliance partner picks it up. Will they pick it up? They got it! That Silver Eagles bot taking it over to that high rung. And they'll slot it in. That Red Alliance side has gotten past the Blue Alliance. Let's see what they can do now. With 10 seconds left, we got our teams looking to climb. That Walden team trying to get off. They get off the ground. And there goes that 13684 team, parked in right by.
Dive. 8579 hangs a specimen on their high blue bar. Tries to push another one into their observation zone. They will succeed. They pick up another one off their alliance wall and line up to hang it. They will hang a second one. Get ready to grab a third off their alliance wall. They will get it. And they get ready and hang a third one.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All 4 robots are moving at the start of teleop. 8579 puts a blue block into their observation zone. 12862 drops a yellow sample into their high basket. 13647 pushes some samples into their observation zone. 7215 tries to grab some yellow samples to put them into their baskets. 12862 scores another yellow sample into their high basket. 8579 lines up with another sample and is trying to successfully clip it on, which they will. 12862 puts another yellow sample into their high basket. They try to grab another one and they get it in their claw. 7215 pushes some samples into their net zone. 12862 puts another sample into their high basket. 8579 getting ready to clip another specimen onto their bar. 7215 grabbing some samples from inside the submersible. 13647 looking for some pieces to pick up on the red corner of the field. 12862 reaches in trying to grab a yellow sample. They will get it. That whistle means that it's end game time. Teams can now line up to try to climb, and 12862 scores another yellow sample into their high basket. They will put their hooks on the bar and start their climb. 12862 lifts themselves up. One of their hooks slips, but they are somewhat off the ground. 8579 goes to park in their zone. Same with 13647. 2, 1, and go. $13.550 scores a red specimen on the high bar, as 12862 scores a blue specimen on the blue high bar. 12862 then pushes a sample into their blue observation zone and parks there. 13550 also parks in the red observation zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
We got all 4 robots moving at the start of teleop. 23606 goes to pick up a yellow sample to put it in one of their buckets in the net zone. 12862 tries to pick up a specimen, just barely misses. 13550 getting ready to grab a specimen. They are lining up to grab it at the moment. The human player just set it down. 16523 scores a yellow sample into the high bucket on the red side. 23606 has 2 samples scored in the high bucket on the red side. 12862 lining up to get a specimen off their alliance wall. They will line up to hang it and bring it down with a satisfying click. 16523 is trying to get a yellow sample from inside the submersible. They are spinning their claw and they end up with a red one that is still good to score. 13550 getting ready to score another sample or a specimen on their bar. They just barely miss as 16523 drops a red sample into their high bucket. 23606 has been cycles over on the blue side, scoring some more samples in the high basket. 12862 lining up, looking for a piece to grab. They will grab one from inside their observation zone and make their way over to the baskets. They will drop a yellow sample into the high basket. That whistle means that it is endgame, and endgame is time to climb. Teams are lining up to climb. 12862 is putting their hooks out and getting them on the bar. 13550 is swinging their arm over to get their climb. 16523 has a low level ascend, as does 13550. 12862 is trying to get there. Well, 23606 has a park. And this match will wrap up with all 3 robots scoring endgame points. One, go! 8579 will clip a specimen onto their bar and line up to try to get another one as 23606 clips their blue specimen onto the blue high bar. 8579 just barely misses one as 7085 drops 1, 2, 3. Can they get a 4th yellow sample in the bucket? And yes, they can. 23606 grabs another yellow sample to put in their high bar. They will drop it into the net zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All 4 robots moving in teleop. 8579 has a specimen in their grasp, and they will hook it onto their high red bar. 23606 trying to get a yellow sample out of the ground. They will get it and reach up towards their high basket in the net zone. 7085 drops another yellow sample into their high basket. 8579 pushes a red sample into their observation zone to be converted into a specimen. They will drop another one and go to grab their specimen. 7085 has another red sample, bringing it all the way to the top and scoring it. 8579 grabs another one. Meanwhile, 12862 has been putting specimen after specimen on the blue high bar. They have 4 total scored now. They're grabbing another one from the middle, and they will get a yellow sample. 8579 scores another red specimen on top. 7085 is going for another piece from the submersible. 23606 drops another piece into their high basket. 8579 deposits another red sample into the observation zone to be converted into a specimen. 7085 attempts to score another, but they just shoot it a little bit too far. 1282 dumps a yellow sample into the top basket. 23606 is waiting their turn and will now reach up to put their yellow sample, hopefully, in the top basket. 7085 trying to grab a sample, and they will. They get a red one. 8579 grabs a specimen and hangs on the bar. That whistle means it's climbing time, and these teams know that. They're all lining up to get on those ascend bars in their ascent zone. 7085 lifts himself off the ground using the bar. Same with 12862 having one hook on the bar. A759 scores a last minute sample. Two, one, go. We have 2 out of 4 robots moving in Auton, with 23606 planning on hooking a red sample on. They just barely miss it. 19383 does put a sample on their bar, though. 13684 almost puts a sample on, but just barely misses. 12862 pushes a few samples towards their observation zone. 19383 also pushes a sample into their observation zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All 4 robots are moving in teleop. 23606 has a sample underneath their wheels. They might try to get it. 19383 is waiting for a sample on their observation wall. 13684 brings a yellow specimen or a yellow sample all the way up to the top. 19383 grabs a specimen off the wall and it plans to head over to their Alliance hanging bars. They're submersible with their Alliance colored bars. 12862 scoring another specimen on. They have a total of 3 on that bar now. 23606 putting a yellow sample all the way in the top bucket. 13684 reaching inside the submersible, hoping to grab a sample from there. They're going to bring it all the way over to their baskets. They will drop it in the high basket. It'll fall down into the net zone. 19383 grabbing a fallen specimen, bringing it back to the Alliance zone. 23606 has a yellow sample in their claw, reaching up to the high basket to place it on the red side. 12862 searching around for a yellow sample. They got it. They will hopefully score it here in a second. 13684 going up with a sample, just barely drop it. 19383 places a blue specimen on their bar. 23606 scoring another yellow sample. That whistle sound means it's endgame, and endgame means it's time to climb. 12862 lines up to climb. Other robots line up to park and climb. 19383 has a specimen in their grasp, hoping to place it on a bar. They will. 12862 looks like they're on the bar. Who knows? We'll have to let the refs decide. 13864 looks like they're off the ground, hopefully hanging. 23. 2, 1, and go! All right, we got 2 robots moving in Auton once again. Blue scores their specimen on the bar, and so does red. Another blue robot moving. They will almost score, just barely. It falls into the submersible. There are 2 red specimens scored and 1 blue. 19383 will park in their zone, and so will 12862.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Moving into teleop, we have 3 out of 4 robots moving. Never mind, all 4 robots moving. 13684 will pick up a yellow sample and put it all the way up in the high basket. 23606 will all attempt to do the same, but it falls just short. They are going for another one, and they will hopefully get it in. 12862 has a red specimen that they drop just outside the field. 13684 scores another yellow sample in the high basket. 12862 puts another sample on their bar, hooking it firmly down, while 19383 sets another sample on their bar. They miss both, but they'll go for another try. 13684 trying to grab a sample from inside the submersible to go score in their net zone. 23606 attempting to grab a yellow sample from right in front of their robot. They will keep trying to line up. 13684 scores another yellow sample in their top bucket. 12682 getting another sample out of the submersible, getting ready to go into the net zone. They will drop it inside their robot and try to pick it up again. 19383 with a blue specimen, getting ready to put it on the bar. They are almost ready, and they drop it onto the bar. 13684 with a blue sample. They open their claw and score it in the top bucket of the submersible. 19383 trying to get a piece from inside the submersible. 13684 trying to do the same. It is climbing time, and these teams know it. There's one team from the Blue Alliance and one team from the Red Alliance, both trying to get on the bar. 19383 has parked. With 5 seconds left in the match, 2 teams have climbed, 1 have parked, and 2 have parked. And that is going to be a very close match.
In 3, 2, 1, go! We got 2 robots on each side moving. Looks like 23606 has some trouble with their auton and don't get it off in time, but 12862 looks like they're gonna slot in right there for them. There goes Swarm, that 15555 machine. Or should I call you the Celine machine? That's a good one. And they get 4 up in there.
Drivers,
They
pick
get
up
a
your
13 to
controllers.
32 lead.
3,
Of course, that will
2,
turn into
1.
a 23 to 64 lead, I should say. There goes 23606, giving one of the things to their partner. And here comes the Dragons. They seem alive again. There's the Slauson bot scoring high. And it looks like Swarm's trying to get one of those samples in the ground. It looks like the human player on the Blue Alliance is quickly setting up a piece for the Dragons to snag. They have got it. And it looks like the Cougars are busy scoring on that high goal. Looks like Swarm's going to take another shot. Oh, but it just falls short as the Cougars get another. That Dragons machine, they're going fast. They're trying to make up this deficit. But Slauson's not going to let them, and neither is Swarm. Here goes that Clegg machine. They're going up. They're going high. Will they get it into there? They will. And there goes the Dragons getting another one onto that high rung. It's a really close game, folks. Here goes Swarm. Will they be able to drop it? And they will. Here come that Walden Dragons machine. They're fire. They're hot. Let's see if they can get in. And they slot it right in there. This may be decided by the end game as Swarm gets another one in there. There goes that Slauson machine. They're going up. Oh, we got a foul. We'll see how that affects things. There goes that Swarm machine getting another one. It's a really close one. There goes that Slauson machine. They're going to go up. Here comes Swarm. This could decide it. Oh, it's 2, 1, dive! Both Red Alliance robots getting their start. And one of the Blue Alliance robots is hooks right into that top one. 7085, that is Fight Like a Girl, getting their third piece. There goes 12862. That's 3. Will they get a 4th? Yep, they will. And they go in park.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Go! Now we're going to teleop mode. Let's see how these teams can really shine. There's that Cougars robot. They score one right up in there. 7085, that is Flag. They're going to score. Let's see if they can get it in. They got it. Here comes 12862. I think they've got a piece. I'm not sure. They do not. Here comes that Cougars machine. They're going up, 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 up. And they just miss it. Here's 8579. They're looking for some samples to pick up. And 7085 is doing the same. Here comes 12862. That's that Dragons machine. They're going to want to score. They got it, along with their compatriots, the Cougars. 7085, they're going up to score, and they've got it. Here comes Dragons. They're going to look to score again. Oh, and they just miss it. 23606 comes out and takes their spot while the Dragons are looking for that middle. The middle. They're just trying to pick up anything they can right now. And they get that yellow piece. Here goes the Cougars. They're going up. They're just miss it. 30-second that whistle, you know what it means. It's end game time. Here goes the Cougars. They're going up. They're still going up. And flag missed one, but the Cougars just got one. Here come the Cougars for a last second piece, it appears. There goes 85-79. They're the classical engineers. They're looking to park right in there as we get two climbs and looks like a park.